What's going on, Cab Training family? I am Jacob Cabazzuto, and today I'm going to be talking about 5 ways to stay in shape for football. If you're new to this channel, I made a video a little while back, how to get in shape for football. The link to that will be in a white card right here at the top of the video. You guys can check that out. But for today, I'm gonna tell you guys how to stay in shape, how to keep your performance levels high in the middle of football season. Because for most of you guys, football season's starting right now, and I wanna keep you guys right throughout the long football season. So without further ado, let's get better today. How's it going, guys? I'm back in the sauna, aka my garage, aka my recording facility. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe. It's a growing community. We are really close to the road to 1,000. So any support, and if you guys like my content and you like how I roll around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But other than that, let's get right into it because I want to give you guys all the tips to succeed. And if you guys have any questions about my mindset and approach to how to stay in shape and get in shape, please hit me down in the comments below. So let's get right into my 5 tips to stay in shape during this football season. And you've probably heard this first one before on my channel. The number 1 is hydrate. Hydrating is so important, and I think I may be a little dehydrated with how profusely I'm sweating right now. But when you're out there practicing 2 to 3 hours a day, getting ready for games, you're gonna lose a lot of fluid. And so it's so important to keep on hydrating to a healthy extent. It's not only how much you hydrate, it's also when you hydrate and what you hydrate with. My old high school coaches told me about doing half and half with Gatorade or Powerade and water. That worked pretty well. I would highly recommend you guys getting amino acids. There's some really good amino acids at the store. I don't really recommend pre-workout or anything. I would steer clear from creatine in season, but maybe getting into it after the season. But definitely keep yourself hydrated using amino acids, but a lot of water. You should probably be drinking your body weight in ounces of water, especially with how much fluid secretion we experience while practicing, especially in August, September. It's probably still going to be hot where you're at, so make sure you guys hydrate accordingly. My second tip for you guys is eat. I am someone who gains weight like crazy. And even throughout my sophomore year of high school, I lost 9 pounds throughout the season. And there was a visible change between my physique at the beginning of the season and the end of the season. And my maxes went down and everything like that. So it's very important to stay good with your eating schedule. You're gonna burn a crap ton of calories when it comes to lifting and practicing and going through the games, conditioning, all that sort of stuff. And you guys got to make sure you guys fuel yourselves with the right type of fuel all throughout these different workouts and practices you go through. Protein's huge, carbs are huge. You just got to make sure you guys load up. And especially for you hard gainers out there, as much as I wish I was a hard gainer because I'm an easy gainer, you guys have it rough because if you guys are really trying to get big and stay big, and if you're even a younger high school kid that wants to gain weight over your 4 years in high school, you really want to continue to maintain your weight during the season and set yourself up to gain weight after the season. Healthy weight, of course. So make sure you guys pound the protein, continue to eat throughout the day. I would not say eat a big meal before practice, eat a big meal after practice. You got to be constantly eating. So if you're in your 3rd hour, you're snacking on something. If you're in your 6th hour, you're snacking on something, but have a good healthy breakfast in the morning, a solid lunch, and a solid dinner at night as well. Just keep on eating. There's a reason why JJ Watt was pounding 9,000 calories because he burned so much working out and practicing, and that's what you guys have to do. Number 3, we're gonna get a little controversial here because I might be calling out some of your high school strength coaches. Number 3 is to lift and condition properly. Now, I'm not telling any of you guys to go against your coach's wishes. Do not go against what your coaches tell you because that's gonna lose you opportunities on the field and lose you guys opportunities elsewhere. in sports, and don't go against anything your coaches say. But I would hope that you guys do not overly condition and don't do conditioning that doesn't apply to your sport. So how can you control this? Well, you really can't control what the coaches put you through during your drills and stuff, which is fine. Some coaches have it right, some coaches have it not so right. But what you can do on your own, make sure you guys don't go ahead and run 110-yard sprints after practice unless you're in trouble. When you're out of practice or out of lifting, don't go and start running distance laps all the time. You got to make sure that you are conditioning for your sport and not doing too much, because excess conditioning could lead to injury. And I'm going to cover that in a future video because I have changed my mindset towards conditioning. And I'm excited to share that with you guys. And it's going to get intense and maybe a little bit controversial, but I'm excited to share that with you. But back on track, we got to lift properly and we got to condition properly. When it comes to lifting, we have to maintain and possibly increase speed, performance, agility, that sort of thing while we're in the season. Why can't we improve during the season? Why do we just have to maintain? That's the type of questions you should probably be asking yourself while you're in the weight room. You should still be lifting pretty well. You shouldn't be breaking yourself down though, because the more you break yourself down, the more prone to injury you are. So make sure you're not cutting your intensity too much in your workouts, but also make sure you're not going too intense to where you could incur an injury in the middle of a practice or in the middle of a game, because availability is the best ability. Number 4, you're gonna have your coaches tell you this a lot, and it's to get treatment. Now, if you're at a high school where you're lucky enough to have a sports medicine staff and a team doctor or a team physician, you count your blessings, because I found myself in the training room all the time getting my ankles taped up, wrists taped up, back worked on, everything like that, so I could be at my best when it comes to getting ready for games and practices. It is so important because, like I said with the last tip, availability is the best ability. And some schools are blessed with the technology and the tools and the minds that can get you right and perfect for the field. And it can also help you guys long term, because concussions are such a huge thing. And if you have a medical staff and you utilize your medical staff at your school to the fullest, they can diagnose you with a concussion early so you guys can get back on the field faster. And so you guys don't, and more importantly, so you guys don't get injured worse in the long term. So definitely utilize the training staff at your school, because it is not a weak thing to do to go to the trainers. It's such a good thing. It's such a smart thing. And if you go to top level college and top level professional programs in football, you're going to see players in the training room all the time. And it's not to duck weight training, and it's not to duck practice. It's to get you ready for weight training, practice, and games. Do not use the training room as a way to get out of training and working out. Don't do it, because the coaches will notice that. So, moral of the story, use the training room, use it appropriately, and use it well. Number 5 is to prepare for games and practices correctly. Now, there's a right way to prepare and a wrong way to prepare, and everybody's different. This is all about knowing yourself. If you know that you can eat 3-4 pieces of pizza 2 hours before the game and you'll be fine and chilling and feeling fast, go ahead. Everybody's body is different. If you want to listen to great, exciting, crazy music, that's great. If you want to be listening to chill, vibey music, great, that's for you. But you got to prepare mentally and physically so you can perform at your best. And only you know what puts you in the best mode to succeed. There are some general things that you guys should know that'll help you out mostly. Eat healthy throughout the day. Don't eat too heavy, don't eat too fat. Make sure you guys eat just like a normal day, where you feel like you're in your zone, in your wheelhouse. Again, hydrate. It's gonna come down to who's hydrated the most in the fourth quarter, who's more energetic in the fourth quarter, and hydration has a lot to do with energy, a lot to do with conditioning, and a lot to do with performance, so make sure you hydrate. Also, get a good night's sleep pretty much every single night. If you want to practice well, you got to get a good night's sleep before that practice. I feel I've been out of football for 5 years, but when I train and when I work out and when I get a good route running session in, I feel so much better when I get 8-9 hours of sleep beforehand. Maybe you guys can thrive off 7, but I would not recommend anybody get less than 6.5 hours of sleep before a practice or a game. So you better get yourselves ready and in a sleep pattern so you guys can make sure you guys can perform optimally. And sleep has a lot to do with that. So sleep, hydration, nutrition, and then mentally. Affirm yourself positively. Positive affirmations are so huge. You can't go into a game and say, man, I can't guard this receiver, or I can't get past this linebacker, or I can't read this defense. That's not going to make you win the game. You got to make sure you have the confidence. One thing that I lacked in my high school experience was the confidence and the swagger and the looseness that I needed to be myself out on the field and to be my best. So make sure you go out there with a swag, with a sense of confidence and a self-assurance about you so you guys can perform your best. I have a lot of faith in you guys, and I hope everybody that's listening to this right now will play their best and play to their best. Maybe you don't want to be a NFL player or a college football player. Maybe you guys just want to be a high school star and earn yourselves a scholarship, or just have a great experience in high school. Whatever goals you are, do it to your best, because you're either all in or all out. So make sure you're all in for yourself, for your teammates, for your coaches, for your family. And I'm rooting for you. And so if you guys want to share your experiences, please make sure you do so in the comment section. I try to reply to everybody. I usually do reply to everybody. So make sure you guys hit me in the comment section. Check out, if you're in Arizona and we're looking for training, my website is down below and you guys can book training sessions right there. If you liked my advice, if you liked my tips, and if you want more tips, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, because I come out with videos every week when it comes to field drills for positions, speed and agility, how to enhance your speed, agility, and quickness, and everything like that when it comes to not only the sport of football, but all athletes in general. So hit that like button if you enjoyed my spiel today, and also subscribe to Cab Training, because I'm trying to reach 1,000 so we can reach more athletes just like you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as I always like to say, let's get better today.